Hi, welcome to another craft video from the Kansas City, Kansas Public Library. I'm Cheryl and I'm in charge of the craft kits at the main library. And today's video is to accompany a kit that will be giving out starting March 15th, 2026. But if you're watching this later on our YouTube channel or you don't live near our library and can't come get a kit, don't worry, I'll tell you everything that's in the kit so you can purchase the supplies to make this project yourself. Now what we're doing today is we're doing this decorative wooden egg. And this video is coming out before Easter, so you can consider this an Easter egg, or you can decorate this based on a particular holiday. This one, because of the colors we've used, this would be great if you had a bunch of these in a bowl in autumn. So let's show you what's in the kit, and then I'll show you how to make the project. So the first thing you're going to have, obviously, is a wooden Easter egg. It's just a solid wood white Easter egg. I do like to have a white egg, everything painted white if it doesn't come white, because what we use are napkins that have white backgrounds. And that helps it blend into the actual egg so that you don't see a lot of the edges and the cuts. So we'll start out with a white wooden Easter egg. We're going to have these, in the kit you'll have these 4 napkins, but you can use any paper napkins that have good colorful images and something that you can cut out little individual motifs. You don't want one that's just like solid color, because when you put these things on, when you put them on, it's a flat napkin, and if you wrap it around, you're going to get wrinkles, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to cut out individual pieces which show less wrinkling when you wrap them around. So that's the kind of pattern you need to pick out. Then we have a container of Decopaged glue. This happens to be glossy Mod Podge. You can also use matte if you prefer. If you don't have Mod Podge, then you can use like any white glue, like Elmer's glue. You just have to thin it down to where it's a very runny consistency. Then you'll have a foam brush to brush on the glue. You can also use a regular brush, but if you use a regular brush, use one of the flat ones, not one of the round ones, so that you can actually cover it in a flat layer. In our kit, you will also have these little plastic cups. Now, this is not absolutely necessary, but I like it because what we're going to have to do is, because we're covering this entire thing with glue, you can't actually hold it the whole time you're doing it, because then you'll be getting glue all over your hands. You actually have to do a part of it and then let it dry for 10 minutes, do another part, let it dry. So this is what I use to let it dry. It's just a little measuring cup that's like one of those little cough drop or cough syrup measuring cups. You can buy them in packages of like 20. And I use that as a little cup, and it's flexible enough that if you're doing the side, you can just squeeze it a little bit and put it sideways like that. And that lets me do a section, let it dry till it's not till it's like dry to the touch, and then I can move to another section, do another section. It's very convenient. You will also need to have a pair of scissors to cut out the napkin designs. Okay, so let's get started and show you how this is done. So I think I'm going to use this one, but just to let you know, most paper napkins are 2-ply. That means there's 2 layers of thin paper sandwiched together. And it's best off if you separate the layers, because when you're wrapping stuff around and decoupaging it, the thinner you can get those layers, the more it will lay flat. without too much wrinkling. So how you do this is you will take the edge, and it doesn't look like it. I mean, it's not obviously 2-ply. This one's not coming apart, but if you take the edge in one corner and just kind of wrinkle it up like in circles, you should be able to separate the edges. And if it doesn't work, if it's sealed really well along the edges, you can actually give it like a little trim, and often that will help with it. It may take you a minute. I can see it's starting to come apart, and I can peel the edges back. There we go. All right, and I can just throw this out and recycle it. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out individual designs. I'm going to cut out individual flowers, or maybe like this little spray of these 2 flowers with a stem. I can cut out this little leaf here. And you want them in different sizes. So the big ones will cover a lot of area, and the small ones are good to get in between the designs. And I have already done some to save time, and I will show you here. So you see I have cut out the various different flowers, and here's a little spray to cover a big area, and a little spray of leaves and a flower to cover a small area. So we can get started gluing it on. Now I particularly like to use a little plastic tray. This happens to be a little lid of a disposable soup container, the kind you get from the restaurant for take-home soups. I like to use this as a little tray. I just find it very convenient to pour a little bit on there, to use it here and there. Now you can just dip your brush in. The brushes are narrow enough that you can dip it in, but I personally like to have a little extra plastic tray. So what we're going to do is we're going to figure out, we're going to start with the big pieces and work our way to the smaller pieces. So I'm going to spread these out and look at them. So I think I'm going to start with this really big one. I've got a huge one here. So what I'm going to do is brush a very thin layer of the glue. See, I'm going to show you up close. You see, very, very thin layer. See, you can barely see that. I don't know if it's even showing up on camera. I'm going to, don't brush it down with your fingers, because this is going to be a very delicate paper. So gently, gently, gently tap it and brush it down onto the glue. And if you need to, you can put a little bit more where it's wrapping around. Remember, very thin layers. You do not want this to be gloppy. I'm just going to tap it down so that it stays. Okay, it's all tapped down. It's staying. Now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take a little bit and brush a very, very thin layer of glue over top, working from the center of my design out to the edges, because if you start at the edges, it's very delicate, especially once you put the glue on. It's going to get wet. It's going to be easy to tear. Do it from the center out toward the edges. And when you're working with little skinny pieces here, be extra, extra gentle. Okay. Now you'll be able to see the glue just a little bit better because it's a little bit white. See how it is? But the thinner you can make the glue, the smoother your design will be. and the less time it's going to take you in between pieces. So now I'm going to set this down to dry, and I'm going to think, can I do any more? Yeah, I can do this piece here. That will work. So let me take and put something right here. A little thin layer to glue it on. I'm going to alternate colors. So I think I'm going to do this maybe right there. Tap it down. Put a thin layer. And if little pieces wrinkle, you know, don't try to unwrinkle them, because it's so delicate that if you try to unwrinkle them, you're just going to tear it. One of the charm about these is how rustic they can be. Okay, and I think I can put another little piece there, and I think I'm going to put this one, and also make sure that you're putting it with the paler side down. I think I'm going to do that there. And add a little bit. And you do not have, you're not going to use much of this glue at all. You may think, oh, that's such a small amount. It doesn't take a lot to do it. So I'm going to set this down. I like to give this a little squeeze so that it kind of bends it when I'm doing the sideways. Okay. Now I'm going to set that to dry for 5 or 10 minutes until it's not tacky to the touch anymore. If you're worried about your brush drying out, this is one thing. I keep these the backs of the napkins, and I just kind of squeeze this out, and I can actually rinse this out too in between so that it doesn't get stiff and things. I can just swish it in some water and squeeze it out and wait 10 minutes, come back. You're going to flip it around after this is dry and do some more, and I'll come back when I'm doing the next section and show you that part. Okay, so it's been about 10 minutes, so now I'm ready, and it's dry to the touch, so now if I turn it over, it won't stick or mess up the design. So now I'm going to do this side, and I'm going to do the same process I did before. Now I'm going to do the same thing I did before. I'm going to wait 10 minutes, let it dry. Decide if I want to do any more spots, because I can always come back and cut out little tiny ones and like fill it in here and there if I decide I want it a little bit more. So I'm going to let that dry, and we'll be back. Okay, I think I'm going to stop here. I added 1 or 2 more things. I'm going to stop here at this point. Now, what I'm going to do after this is all dried, I'm going to add a second coat of the Mod Podge all over. And it still, again, is going to be a very thin coat over top. Now you don't have to be quite as careful with your brush strokes, because it should all be glued down, and they shouldn't be wet and delicate anymore. So I'm going to take, and I'm just going to go up and down with a thin coat over half of it. In fact, you can even set it down here and kind of just do a thin coat all around. Okay. Now I'm going to let it dry again for 10 minutes, flip it over and do another coat on the other half. And you can do as many coats as you like to get a smoother surface, because this surface is still a little textured, but that works for this kind of project. And then we'll come back and show you what it's like when it's completely finished. And there's my finished Easter egg, all dry, all ready to be used as decoration in my home. Okay, well, thank you for viewing another craft video from the Kansas City, Kansas Public Library. I'll see you next time. Bye.